What is good, guys and girls? It's your boy, this dude, and today we got another episode of awesome, amazing animals. Our subject at hand, the praying mantis. Let's go! Now you can find mantises anywhere from North America to Africa, literally any climate that is subtropical or tropical. These animals are there. And some of them have even specialized to live in arid zones where there's not much rain, not really much anything, not much water. It's just arid desert. As long as there's insects for them to feed upon, I guess they're okay. But a lot of these animals share a lot of the same space with bigger predators or bigger animals. These animals are fearless. You'll find them, like I said, anywhere from America to Africa in any tropical, subtropical, temperate zone. They're there, thriving. These animals are kind of dependent upon other animals too, right? You have like in Africa, the mantises in Africa, they hang out in the trees where the giraffes and the other animals eat, right? These animals leave droppings right there by the trees. The droppings bring in flies. The mantis eats the fly. They're really dependent upon these animals to get what they need, right? And like I said, they're sharing the same space. Some of the smallest mantises are sharing the same space with some of the biggest animals on the planet, thriving. Really amazing if you ask me. These animals are absolutely amazing at camouflage. We always talk about the camouflage aspects over here. That is one of my favorite aspects when it comes to nature. Really good at it. Now over here in North America, your praying mantises get relatively big, but they mimic like trees and branches and leaves and green things. Right? But if you take this overseas, like I said, in Africa, even China, Taiwan, the way the mantises look over there is totally different because their plants are different, their trees are different. You have, like in Africa, some of those mantises look like dead leaves, right? Which I think is crazy. But that's how they evolved to blend in over there. And then if you take this over into other areas like China, Taiwan, where you have these very colorful flowers, right? Some of these mantises just live amongst those flowers and have learned to camouflage to look more like those flowers. So they just hang out there. I think they call them orchid mantises. These things are absolutely beautiful. When I was young, we didn't even know those were a thing. I don't think anybody did, really. It was just the good old praying mantis, the green mantis. There was also this rumor that they were like highly endangered and protected. Like if you were caught messing with one, and like TSA agents would show up and make you disappear type rumor. It was kind of wild. Like I said, that was just a rumor in the 90s. Maybe it was true, I don't know. Anyways, moving along. Now, your praying mantis, they say, is closely related to like termites, cockroaches. I got that from Wikipedia. But from my eyes, I would say they're more closely related to grasshoppers. Once again, I'm not no scientist. I'm just a normal dude that loves animals. But when I look at how the legs are built on a grasshopper, and you look at how the arms are built on a mantis, they're literally the exact same thing in different places. Look at how the eyes are built, the exact same. Their mandibles, even the way their mandibles are built, it's the same thing. In a lot of cases, grasshoppers' mandibles are a lot stronger because their heads are a little bit bigger, right? And they have the bigger mandibles. But it's the same mechanic for the legs and the arms, the same mechanic for the eyes, the same mechanic for the mouth. I could be wrong, but when I look at them, right, they look like they're more closely related to grasshoppers physically. And like I stated before, you know you're absolutely looking at a mantis if they have that triangular shaped head, those built forearms for grabbing things. That's a mantis. Not all mantises have wings. Not all of them can fly, but all of them have those arms built for battle. Every last one of them. And I think the eyes are practically the same across the board. It changes a little bit in the shape of the head because, like I said, some of these animals have just learned to mimic plants and leaves and sticks and stuff like that to better suit the habitat that they live in. But the mechanics of the eyes, it's all the same. You know you're looking at a mantis, that triangular shaped head, those bulbous eyes, and they have those sharp forearms ready for grabbing. And unlike other insects, right, the baby mantises don't go through any type of metamorphosis or anything like that. They're not changing at all. They are born the exact same way they will be, as adults. They come out with their weapons, they come out cleaning their weapons, 30 seconds as soon as they're out, ready to go. And then they just shed their skins until they eventually grow into the size that they're gonna be as adults. There's no larva stage or nothing like that, like a lot of other insects go through. These animals come out ready to go day one. And these animals are incredible hunters, right? They camouflage into literally anything that they put themselves into. We see the ones that like to live in the orchids. They look like the orchids. We see the ones that like to live in the dead leaves, look like dead leaves. And we see the ones that live in the trees that are living, they look like living branches. These animals are really good at camouflaging for their scenario, I guess. Very good hunters, very good at what they do. They eat a wide array of things from crickets to flies, small spiders. These things eat frogs, lizards, fish, small birds. They do not mind, and 100% of their food that they consume is still alive while they eat it. They're just holding on to it. They're eating their food alive. Savage. Very good at what they do though. Some of the best camouflage on this planet. These animals are ambush predators. Usually hanging out like upside down for hours, watching specific areas until they come across something that they feel is prey. I really don't know what these animals are thinking half the time when they go after items, because a lot of the times they go after prey that's just bigger than them. And I know they can see that. Their eyes are incredibly detailed. Their vision is amazing. It just seems they just don't care sometimes. They pick fights with almost anything. A lot of the times it's bad for the mantis, but it is what it is. These animals, like I said, are just they're very good hunters. And they're ambush hunters, like I said, so they kind of just wait, catch things slipping, boom. And on the subject of feeding, there are a lot of animals that also feed on mantises. So this is, I think, why they have learned to camouflage so well in said scenarios. They share the same areas with a lot of the animals that are trying to eat them. It's insane. In fact, some of the animals they prey upon, fish, birds, frogs, lizards, also eat mantises. So it's really weird how that works, but it does. They feed upon them, and it's like, I guess it's just this huge circle. But I'm guessing that this camouflage is to help them better blend in, so their numbers stay up, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't stand a chance. They wouldn't stand a chance, especially with their aggression. These animals, I'm not gonna say aggression, but these animals literally will go after things that are just way out of their league, way too big for them. I don't know what they're thinking. Now, when it comes to breeding or mating, you guys know the males are usually a little bit smaller. A lot of the times they just run up on, they'll spot the female from a distance, they'll run up on her, jump on her back, and just hope for the best. They try to catch her when she's not looking, because if she sees them, she's more than likely gonna eat them. A lot of the times they still just go through with the process. In some cases, the females won't pay them any mind while they're doing their thing. They'll continue cleaning themselves, grooming themselves. If they're eating, they'll continue eating, just hanging out. In fact, it's better for the male if the female is preoccupied doing something like that, because then she's not even worried about him and he can go on about his business. But if that's not the case, a lot of the times he's toast. Then when it comes to laying the eggs, there's some species that create like this foam net for the mantises, and then there are other species that lay their eggs like on the bottom of bark, or on the bottom of like under leaves or on top of leaves, right? Most of the females in a lot of cases, as soon as they lay the eggs, they pass away. They go on to do their thing, but not every mantis is built like that. Some of the females, when they lay their eggs, they stick around until those babies come out, and they will guard those eggs from anything. Anything come near that egg deposit, they're putting their lives on the line for it. And a lot of the times, it's usually like the parasite wasps that are coming to collect like mantis larvae or mantis babies, whatever. They don't play that. They're guarding their eggs until they show up, and that's that. But like I said, in some cases, or most cases, when the female lays the eggs, she dies directly after that, and they kind of just hope for the best. And then they said there are some mantises that reproduce parthenogenically. Like they have not found any male specimens There's only females, and that's how they reproduce. They just drop more females, and when it comes to parthenogenesis, they're usually like carbon copies of the mother. Boom, like print 7 more almost identical versions of the mother, and they're out. But there are some mantis species that don't even need males. They reproduce parthenogenically. So there's many different ways that this mantis has evolved, not only in its camouflage, but its breeding methods. They're just absolutely amazing animal. And can you find these animals in captivity? Of course. There's a lot of people working with these animals in captivity. In fact, you can get small mantises shipped. You can get egg sacs shipped to you. Who knows how many mantises are in there? You can get adults shipped to you individually. There's many different ways that could go. But yeah, you can buy these animals. There are a lot of people working with these animals in captivity. In fact, we are learning so much because of this. There's actually a lot of things in question now about breeding and mating. We're still trying to figure out like why the females in fact eat the males. But you can find these animals in captivity. Full-grown mantises should be housed individually. This is not no care guide. We're not even about to get into that. You guys know better than I do. I'm just talking about these amazing animals because I've loved them since I was a child. And you can find them captive, bred, and born. You can find these animals. They are readily available on the market. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what the price ranges are. I'm pretty sure anywhere from like 40 bucks all the way up to whatever, because you have the many different species. And you know, when rarity is brought into the picture, the price is adjusted heavily. Orchid mantises, I can promise, are gonna be more expensive than your basic praying mantis that you find out here in North America. Yeah, these animals are being worked with in captivity, and we're learning a lot. Anyways, that was the video, you guys. I appreciate you being here with your boy. You could have been anywhere, and I know that, but you chose to be here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Anyways, this is All Things Living. Your boy Smith. I'm out.